My name is Tom Boyton. To my closest friends, I'm known as Tommy B. And I've been involved in the YMCA as a YMCA professional staff member for 33 years. The thing I loved about the Y and still do today is that it's the perfect community service organization when you think about it. I mean, there are so many lives that the Y touches. You know, if you take it all the way back from infants, putting them in the pool, child care, all the way through, we got you until you were 100 plus.
My name is Carol Kearney, and I've been involved in the Y ever since I was a child, starting when I was swimming in the swimming classes when I went to White Plains Y, and ever since then I've been in different Ys throughout my life and until I started working for the Y. When we came to Montclair Y, that was 30 years ago. Bill was the physical director here, and he was here for 3 years, but he became ill, and after he passed away, then I continued doing full-time at the Y, so it's been a part of my life for many years.
I'm Bob Constable, and I have been coming to the Y in Carol's exercise class for about 25 years. And I've been really involved with the board for about 21 years. Started just the day after I retired, practically. And I was asked by a board member if I would like to be part of the Y board. So I came to the Y and sat in on a board meeting, and the next thing I know, I was on the board. And I've been there ever since.
My name is Helen Geyer, and we've been involved with the Y since the late 40s, when we moved to Montclair. Well, even as a child, my mother took me to the Y. Not this particular one, we went to different Ys in different areas for swimming. I loved swimming, and I participated years ago competitively. And then, of course, when my husband and I were married, and after he got through with his professional football career with the Chicago Bears, came back to live with his family here and to go into business with his father. We got involved. We moved to Montclair and got involved in all the various organizations in town and doing volunteer work. And it was wonderful. I mean, I enjoyed it so much.
I met my second husband, Tony. He was working out here and just moved up to Montclair and was working out in the fitness center. And I actually ended up hiring him to work out in the fitness center early in the morning. And from there we started talking, and he ended up asking me out. And the rest is history. We started dating and finally got married.
When I came into the Y, I definitely didn't think you could make a career about it. I had 2 kids and a wife and a mortgage. And I entered my first Y job at $7,500 a year and told my wife, I said, well, let me try this for a year. It could be a kick, and then I'll look for a real job. Well, first year, long story short, turned into 33 years and loved every minute of it.
The Y is like my family. I feel like it's the best thing that happened to me. It's my friends are here. I love working at the Y every day. It's the connections that you have at the Y that are just so special through the years that I've met so many people, and I've been able to inspire people. But it's the connections and what the Y gives to other people. It's a fantastic organization.
The Y just offered so much to me in physical fitness. And I always was athletic, so it was great to have the swimming laps and floor exercises and all the other activities that they offered at that time, because the women had a big part of the Y at that time too, as I say, in the early days. So I developed a golf program there. We'd bring our mats and our plastic golf balls and maybe a 5-iron and swing away in the gym. And dancing programs. There was just a variety of activities that appealed to me and to everybody.
I made up my mind that I wanted to be involved in my community before I got too old. So I retired when I was 59. And I was going to take 6 months to look around the town and find out which organizations I wanted to be involved in. And since I was already exercising at the Y, it didn't take long for someone to realize that I was retired. And whammo, I was on the board. 6 months, forget it.
You know, this Y was founded on volunteers 120 years ago. Groups of people that got together and opened their wallets and gave the money for this facility to be built. And that hasn't changed today. And it used to really warm my heart and make me want to work harder for this Y when somebody would donate not only of their time, but of their financial donations to the Montclair Y.
And I think it's very important to a town to have an organization like that, where people can go and relax, and it's sort of a retreat from all the hustle and bustle of every day to go to the Y, at least some time of the day. Doesn't matter whether it's evening or daytime. I know I got my life-saving certification at the YMCA. That was a real experience. I don't know whether I could save any lives today, but everything they offered was worthwhile. And I think everybody enjoyed it, who were members, you know.
Well, the Y is one of the really basic fundamental or foundations of Montclair, along with the public schools, along with the museum, and the library. And it is very basic to the community. But it's also, its membership is also very, very reflective of the membership of the makeup of the community, ethnically, racially, gender-wise, and no other organization can really claim that, not even the school system. And it's very successfully done. And that's one of the things that attracted me to it.
The most rewarding is the programs that I've started that have really taken off, and the fact that sometimes I had a 6:15 fitness class that started way back, and little did I know back then the same people are still in the class. We still have the class 30 years, and that really says something. It says something about the connections and friends that we've made, and the commitment that people have made to the Y. And I think I put a lot of energies into making things work and making for people to connect with each other as well as staying fit. And this is a unique program, but my other programs have lasted a long time. It's because the connections and making things different, but the connections that people have made, they want to stay within the Y. The Y has changed my life tremendously. When I was in my 30s and first came here, I was shy. I didn't have too much experience in front of groups and leadership. Through the years, I have developed leadership qualities. I've developed working with different people, working individually with people, starting new programs, working with the community. My self-confidence has grown, my leadership qualities have grown, and it has done wonders.
Well, I must say, when I hobble into the YMCA today, I used to run up the stairs, but now I use a cane. But I also feel that I've stayed in this good condition all these years because of my background in all the physical activities and the involvement with Y activities, social and otherwise there too, you know, besides the physical. But I'm very proud when I walk into the Y to have been a part of it and to see it grow to the extent it has, and it's going to keep growing, I guess.
Well, I get a great deal of satisfaction out of helping the fundamental organizations of the community, and it gives me a lot of pleasure in seeing that happen and being part of that, and being able to help it along.
I feel the love, and the reason I say that is because the majority of the folks that are involved in a Y, from the staff to the volunteers to the people that use it, are there for more reasons than the eye would meet. And I would say it's because of their love of the Y's mission and vision.
One of the things that I got involved in early on is the summer camp that they have up at the lake. And when I first joined the board, that lake was sort of an albatross financially to the Y, and quite a number of board members thought it'd be a nice idea to sell it. And I didn't think that was a particularly good idea, because the need for activities for teenagers and young kids during the summertime is just as important as during the wintertime. And so I was able to get one of the foundations in town here to go up the camp with me and with Tom and take a walk around, and we successfully raised enough money to help refurbish part of the camp and to help keep it going, and it's still going today.
I would have to say the thing I'm most proud of is the Family Center, the Helen and Bill Geyer Family Center. And the reason I say that is because that was a vision of a whole lot of people. And when Mrs. Geyer and her husband Bill stepped up to be the major supporters of that, that dream became a reality. And there's not a day that goes by when I don't think what a beautiful thing that is, because it's so unique in the Y world. A Y just for children, just for children. And isn't that what it's all about?
I really thought that was a perfect idea, because it would take care of the younger generation with their families, together with their families. And it, of course, turned out beautifully, and I'm very proud of the results. And it's very popular, and seems to be booked all the time. So that was my main reason. And I hope my husband approves wherever he is. At least I didn't spend the money on cruising around. I didn't waste it, right? And I think it's great to give back. If you receive, it's wonderful to give. And get a great deal of satisfaction out of that.
The Montclair Run has been in existence for 30 years, and I would say I've been involved with it almost 30 years. I love to run. I was a runner for 30 years, so what a great match. What's so exciting about it is that you see so many families running. The moms will come with their strollers running, and then sometimes they'll have daughters and fathers running and older people running, and it's all ages running or walking. And it's so exciting to see family members together doing this activity.
I remember when I was taking my life-saving courses at the Y, I was the oldest one in the group. There were all these young kids from high school that were taking the course for summer jobs. And I had started a mother's swim group down at the academy. So we were all, you know, middle-aged, matronly people. And we needed a lifeguard. Well, one of the tests was you had to, well, I don't know whether you know anything about the testing, but I had to rescue somebody, jumped in and pretended he was drowning. It was a 200 and some pound guy. And in the deep end of the pool, and he kept pulling me down under the water. I don't know how I rescued him. Somehow I did, but he was over 200 pounds. And I got my certification, but I said, never again. I don't think I want to be a lifeguard.
You know, when I was preparing to retire, you know, any Y professional or any professional at all that works in their career, you want a legacy. I mean, I have an ego as anybody else, and I wanted to be remembered by something. Unfortunately, my legacy here amongst my male counterparts in the locker room was Cold Water Tom. And I guess that's a legacy I have to live with. But I do have a funny story. I actually worked out at the Y on a daily basis when I was a member of the staff here. And one particular day, I mean, the water was cold. It was freezing cold. But I figured, I got to get in that shower. I got to get in there and show them that it's not bad. So I went in and I took my shower, freezing, but I came out. And I remember all the members saying, how cold is it? I go, it's not bad. Not bad at all. So, hey, members out there in the room that called me Cold Water Tom, I can tell you now, you had a right to.
When I found out I was going to be honored from the Y, I was very thrilled. I was elated. I said, wow, I feel like I'm part of the Y so much, and it was so nice that people recognized me. I was very proud that they did, and very honored and very happy. I've been on a high ever since.
All I can say is thanks so very, very much. And I'm so pleased, and I'm very honored for the recognition. I think there are a lot of other people who have done a lot for the Y too, you know. So it's not just me. It's very rewarding, and I feel it's very worthwhile. And to have experienced all the time that I spent at the Y, and all the time my husband spent at the Y and my children, I think it added a great deal to our lives.
Well, it is an honor. It's very satisfying that people think enough of you to want to honor you. So I'm happy to be part of that if we can raise more money to help the young people, mostly the young people in this community.
My goodness, I'm overwhelmed. I'm a little embarrassed by the whole thing. But in the same respect, I'll never forget this evening being in a company of those fine people.
High above the chimney top, that's where you find